Hey, 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 hello. Good evening. Happy Valentine's night to all the stressed out nursing students. How y'all doing? What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? It's Work It Out Wednesday. I am Nurse C, a blessed RN. And here we are on February 14th doing med math. Tammy, I go live on Wednesday nights and Sunday nights. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time, Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Jackie, oh no, somebody should have told you. They should have told you. I'm so sorry that you didn't pass. So, are you saying that the questions that you had for the times didn't have AM or PM on there, or that when you converted it, um, you were supposed to label AM or PM? Hey, everybody who's coming in. Hello, hello. Good evening. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope everybody's day was good. I hope your week has been going good. I am Nursey. For those who do not know me, if you're new here, this is Work It Out Wednesday. I like to help nursing students by teaching them and tutoring them how to do med math and dosage calculations. My choice of my method of solving is dimensional analysis, but here we can use desired over half formulas or ratio and proportion. But I will advise you that dimensional analysis will take you very, very far. So that's what I do encourage. However, we don't leave anybody out. So I put 446 because I didn't know they actually wanted us to put AM. Yes, 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 yes. Got you. Okay. Yeah, when you have the regular time, like the clock time, you have to have AM or PM. But military time, you can tell it from, what time it is, that if it's AM or if it's PM. Dang, man. And it's like the picky stuff. Stuff like that, or like rounding, that they get you on, and you figured out how to do it correctly, you got the correct answer, but if you don't label your units or if you don't round correctly, you get the whole thing wrong, which is a total bummer. I'm sorry to hear that. I even asked my instructor during it if it was supposed to put the colon, and he said, "Would you put that?" Yeah, that's how they do. I said, yeah. So he said, okay, then put it, but didn't mention the AM or the PM. Yeah, yeah. Well, one thing about mistakes is that we learn from them and we do better going forward. So hopefully it's week 5 for us. Oh, wow. They're going in hard. LPN, LVN program. Okay, cool. So, what kind of programs is everybody in tonight? LPN, LVN, RN, Associates, BSN, Accelerated BSN. What y'all got looking? What you looking like? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Did y'all get any good gifts for Valentine's Day? So okay, Accelerated, starting LPN. Hey, Miss Risa, happy Valentine's Day. 5th week, first semester, ADN program. Hey, turn up. I'm starting associates in the fall. Okay, that's what's up. Dosage is my last class, and I'm in it now. Okay, definitely going hard. 5 classes, and whoa, buddy, hold on, skirt, skirt. 5 classes and a clinical. Goodness, that's pretty tough. That's a lot. Okay, I was looking for my calculator. Thank you. All right, well, if y'all are ready, we won't prolong the time. We'll get started so y'all can have the rest of y'all's Valentine's night. Okay. Hey, I'm in the first semester, associate. Cool. Threw us in clinical on the first week. What? I cried so hard because I had no clue what's going on. So, Jackie, it wasn't mentioned in like your syllabus or in like your course outline, like some type of calendar or schedule of events or anything? Like, what? Accelerated BSN, week 6, 21 hours, 276 clinical hours required. Gosh, Kylie, dang, man. I mean, I understand, that you got to go to clinical and, understand what's going on, but gosh, that's excessive. But y'all just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just keep on going through it. Don't stop. Don't look left, don't look right. Just keep going. It'll all be over just as soon as you know it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a distant memory. You're like, I remember when I was in school, and then it's like you say, like, I remember when I was in school, and then it's just like it's it, Just make it through. Just make it through. I'm struggling with weight based. Okay, crown me. I got some weight based on here tonight. My instructor for EMA and clinical is the same one, and she's always on her phone. That's a yuckity spluckity. Well, we're here tonight, and hopefully this will be a breath of fresh air for you. Y'all do me a favor, throw some likes out there in the algorithm so other nursing students who are studying on this Valen night will join us. I appreciate all your likes, your shares, your comments, your mentions, your follows. For those who have come in and you are worried if you've missed anything, no, we are just starting. And if you do happen to miss one of these sessions or come in late to it, then just know that you can go to my YouTube channel with the same name, A Blessed RN, and the replays from previous sessions are there. Also, other problems are broken down, and I'm working diligently on adding more, and especially like the percentages and fractions and time conversion and all of that other little nitpicky stuff that are in the program that we really don't really do on the lives, but that you can reference later on. Okay, I found you in Larissa's live one day. Okay, cool. That's so awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. Pediatric safe range. I got some of that. Okay, so we start off a little slow and easy, so y'all just hold on. We just gonna get our feet wet, and then we're gonna go from 0 to 100 real quick, real quick. Dimensional analysis, okay with you guys? You're welcome. All right, so I like to start with some metric conversions just so we can keep our memory fresh and our skills sharpened. And this type of question is usually used in your I's and your O's. You sent my link in the group me, Kylie. Thank you so much. Look, y'all don't take me too fast because I'm gonna get shy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not shy. Anyways, so these questions like this one, it's like when you're doing ins and outs, and like you have a patient who's like consumed foods or drinks, or because all your input is gonna be your liquids at room temperature. So you'll have it in household measurements, but that you have to change everything to milliliters and add them together. So this is that type. So when I do dimensional analysis, what I like to do is write my relationships to the side. We're not doing math. We are simply solving a puzzle, and we got relationships. It's Valentine's Day. We want to keep folks together. We want relationships to stay together. So you can flip flop them. Sometimes somebody's on the bottom, somebody's on the top. You flip flop, but you stay in a relationship. Okay. So that's what we're gonna look at. Look at it as not math, but a puzzle. Okay, here we go. So we know that 1 cup equals 8 ounces, and then there are 30 milliliters in an ounce. So if we are looking for milliliters, I'm going to start with milliliters. So I'm going to start with what I'm looking for, because if I start with what I'm looking for, I don't have to go and find it. Okay, it's right there. So that looks like 3. It's 30 mLs. Okay, boom. So I'm going to start with this one right here. So 30 milliliters is 1 ounce. Okay. Then I've got ounces at the bottom. I'll need ounces at the top. So I'll use this one, which is 8 ounces over 1 cup. My ounces cross out. Now I have cups, right? So I can use my cups from the original question. 8.25 cups over 1 cups crosses out. And now we have milliliters, which we are looking for. And then for those people who like to write out your multiplication on the top, your multiplication on the bottom, and divide, what I highly suggest is that you put everything in a calculator. If you leave it in the calculator and only press the equal sign once, then that reduces your chance of writing down something and then not putting it back in the calculator correct. So you would have set up this problem beautifully because you are smart and you're capable and you know things, Jon Snow. But if you don't put it back in the calculator, then you get it wrong. So here's how we solve that. We'll do all of our numbers across the top is multiplied. Then once you get to the end of it, you press divide. And then all of our numbers are at the bottom are 1 on this one. So this one, yeah, you really wouldn't, have to put 1 because anything over 1 is going to be itself, right? So I'll do 30 times 8 times 8.25. And that is going to be that many milliliters. Okay? Easy enough. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Boom. All right, so let's do another one. Whoop. Metric conversion. So 14 pounds and 16 ounces to kilograms. So on this type of problem, we know that we can't convert the ounce part to kilograms. It has to always be in pounds because we know that 1 kg is 2.2 pounds, your magic number forever and ever, amen. So what we'll do is we'll convert this whole thing to pounds, okay? So what we need to do is take our ounces and fix that and put that into pounds. So we know that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So if I'm looking for pounds, I'm going to start with pounds, okay? 1 pound is 16 ounces. Then we have 6 ounces in our problem, right? Ounces crossed out. And now we have 16, not multiplied, equals. So 6 divided by 16 is going to be 0.375 pounds. We'll take this right here and add it to the 14, okay? So that's going to be 14.375 pounds. So now we can then convert this to kilograms. So if we're looking for kilograms, we'll start with our kilograms. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. And then we'll use our 14.375 pounds over 1. Your pounds crossed out. 14.375 divided by 2.2 is going to be 6.53 kilograms. Okay? Anybody have any questions about metric conversions? Alrighty, so 5 feet 6 inches equals how many centimeters? So we know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot, and then there are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. So this one's kind of like Anaya. I do have Reconstitution. I think I got maybe 2 or 3 of those tonight. We kind of start off a little slow, and then we just kind of go fast. So I think this is maybe the last metric conversion one, and then we'll get into some harder things. Do you have one with quarts to milliliters? No, because you really don't see that. But I don't have that. But I mean, Miss Reese, I can probably conjure up some for next time. So let's see here. We'll have to convert all of this to inches first, and then we'll do from centimeters to inches. So this is already in inches, so we'll need to do this part. So if we're looking for inches, there are 12 inches, in 1 foot. And then we have 5 feet over 1. Your feet crossed out, so that's going to be 60 inches. And then we'll add it to our other 6 inches, so that's going to be 66 inches. Now we can convert to centimeters. Weight base. You got it wrong on your exam. Oh no. Yeah, that's my favorite. I love some weight base. All right. So I got you. 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. And then we've got 66 inches over 1 inch crosses out. 2.54 times 66. meters is going to be 167.64 centimeters. All right, percent solution. I know y'all love these, just love them. So, percent solution. So, a percent is anything that's over 100. So, per means for, by, per 100 centimeter. So, you know that there are 100 centimeters. Hold on, 100 centimeters in a meter. So, cent is 100, a centi. Okay, century is, cent. That's the prefix, all right? So, anything over 100 is going to be the percent. So, we have an order for 375 milligrams of drug L to be administered IM, okay? So, we have available drug L 25%, and that's all they gave you. That's all that's on the bottle. You might look at this and you might think, hey, this is not enough information to solve this. Okay, well, it is. So we're going to do the percent of solution. So percent solution is going to be the percent in grams over 100 milliliters, okay? Because remember, we just established that anything over 100 is going to be your percent, all right? And it's always going to be grams. So if we have 25% of drug L, that means it's going to be 25 grams in 100 mLs, okay? So let's look at our ordered dose. This is in milligrams, right? And this is a gram. So can't we convert this to milligrams by multiplying it by 1,000? We sure can. So that's going to be 25,000 milligrams still in this 100 mLs of diluent, right? So now we can reduce this down greatly, right? Just simple fractions, simple math. And that's going to give you your final drug concentration of 250 milligrams per milliliter. So now we can use this. This is your drug concentration. This is what we normally see in our problems that we can use to solve it, right? Sure is, Nursey. All right. So we're looking for this, and we have this. Let's solve it. How many mLs will the nurse administer? So I'm going to flip that over because in dimensional analysis, we can flip-flop our relationships, okay? And then 375 milligrams is what's ordered. Milligrams crossed out. 375 divided by 250 is going to be 1.5 milliliters to give intramuscularly. Does that make sense to everybody who is on here tonight? How y'all doing fundamentals, man? Fundamentals is it's different, don't feel bad about funneling and fundamentals, like for real, it's different. All right, a provider has ordered a tube feeding of 2,150 calories a day divided into 6 feedings a day. The feedings are available as 400 calories in 8-ounce containers. How many milliliters per day will the patient receive if they are administered all 6 feedings? All right, so look at here. What we are going to do first is identify our goal. Our goal is milliliter per day. So we want milliliter on the top and day on the bottom. So let's look at our relationships, okay? Yeah, all 6. So we want to see how much they are going to get in a day. So we know that we got 2,150 calories that's ordered in a day, okay? It says that we got 6 feedings in a day. The feedings are available in 400 calories per 8-ounce containers. And what else we need? We need milliliters, right? But we got ounces. So we know that there are 30 mLs in 1 ounce. I think that's all the relationships that we're going to need, okay? So let's start in milliliters, because that's what we're looking for. I always like to start with what I'm looking for. Like I said, you start what you're looking for, you ain't got to go find it. It's right there. So 30 milliliters is 1 ounce. All right. That one's used. So now we got ounces on the bottom. We need ounces at the top. Let's use this. 8 ounces per 400 calories. Okay. Ounces crossed out. Now we got calories at the bottom. We need calories at the top. We've already used that. So now we got this one, 2150 calorie per day. Calories have crossed out. We got day on the bottom. So doesn't this look like our goal? Milliliter on the top and day on the bottom. And that's it. That's it. You didn't do any type of math. You just solved a simple puzzle, matching units and crossing stuff out. Now we can put it into our calculator. So that'll be 30 times 8 times 2150 divide 400. And then so at ones on the bottom is the visible coefficients. Yeah. So that'll be that many milliliters per day. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? How y'all feel about that one? Do you have the setup of the conversions anyway? What you mean, Miss Jackie? Like a study sheet? Apple J, thanks you. Passed my second attempt. Oh, congratulations. That's what's up. That is what's up. Congratulations. I'm so glad to hear that. I love it when y'all come back and say, I passed. Yes. Yes. You're welcome, love. You're extra super duper whooper duper welcome. I'm so glad. All right. If there are no questions, I will move on. Alrighty. She said, I need your energy. My second attempt is next week. What's on your second attempt, Chrissy? Did I skip one? I think I did. No, I did. Okay. Boom. Here we go. Ped safe dose. Here you go. All right. So, provider orders 400 milligrams of a medication, okay? And has been ordered for a patient who weighs, typo, 56 pounds every 8 hours. The recommended safe dose range for the medicine is 20 to 40 milligrams per kilogram per day. Is the daily ordered dose safe? If it is safe, how many milliliters would the nurse administer if the medication is available in the concentration of 500 milligrams per 5 mLs? All right, so the first thing that we do after we read our problem is we find what the problem is asking us. You give it no more and no less than what it's asking. That's it, okay? So what is our goal? Our goal is to find the daily dose. And then if it's safe, how much we're going to give, okay? So our daily dose is our safe dose range. That means that we'll use this, okay? So look at here. You see on there where it says 20 to 40 milligrams per kilogram per day. We're going to find a limit, all right? So we're going to find what's the least that they can have and what's the most that they can have in one day. Pay attention to the wording. If it says per dose, then you know you're going to use the dosage of it, the frequency. If it says per day is already in that little formula, isn't it? Per milligram per kilogram per day. So that is the whole amount, okay? So we're trying to figure out how much is the safe daily ordered dose. All right, so day. We'll use 20 milligrams per kilogram per day. Okay. Then our patient weighs 56 pounds. So a lot of people like to say, I'm going to change the pounds to kilograms and doo-doo-doo-woo-doo-woo. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Let your math. Because some people want it, they want you to have all 50 million decimals behind places behind your decimal in your answer. Some people don't, but I'm telling you, with this way, with dimensional analysis, your math is going to do the math on its own, okay? So if we have 1 kilogram, we know that's 2.2 pounds. So kilograms crosses out. Now your weight is 56 pounds. I also believe in the philosophy, the less steps that you take, the less mistakes that you're likely to make. Because if, like I said, what if you have a clerical error and you're just like, oh, I wrote down this and then I put this in there. It's going to take care of itself, okay? So what are we looking for? Milligrams per day, right? So milligrams is on the top and day is on the bottom. We'll put this in our calculator as 20 times 56 divided by 2.2, which is going to be 509.09. So you can do 0.1. It just depends on how they tell you to round at your institution or on HESI or ATI or whatever it is that you're using to test on, okay? So that is your low dose. So we'll do the same thing for the 40. So 40 milligrams per kilogram per day times 1 kilogram over 2.2 pounds. Kilograms crosses out, 56 pounds over 1 pounds crossed out. So now we have milligram on the top and day on the bottom. 40 times 56 divided by 2.2 is going to give us this number right here. Okay, and so this is the least amount that they can get in a day. This is the most amount that they can get in a day. Okay, so our order calls for 400 milligrams, okay, every 8 hours. So 24 divided by 8 means that there are 3 doses in one day. So if you do 400 milligrams in one dose, and then you have 3 doses in a day, your dose is crossed out. That's going to give you how many milligrams in a day, right? So there's going to be 1,200 milligrams in a day. So is this number right here in this range? Is this considered a safe dose? Let me know in the comments. Is this safe? Ba-boom, 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 boom. It looks like y'all got the right answer. No, it's not safe. Does everybody understand why it's not a safe dose? Tell me, what is the hangups that you have with pediatric safe dose questions? Because a lot of people will say, I just don't understand peds safe dosage. What about these problems get you hung up that I could better explain on this live? Where did I get the 3 doses? Kylie. So the provider has ordered 400 milligrams of a medicine that is to be given every 8 hours. So if you got 24 hours in a day and you got to give it every 8 hours, that's going to be 3 doses in a day. Over the max amount that you can give. Absolutely. Jay Chantel, I'm about, how many questions in am I? I don't know. It's been on for a second, not too long. Yeah. All right. So if it's not safe, do we not answer the last question? Right. Yes, Sade, because it says if it is safe, then how much do you give? So it's not safe, so you wouldn't give nothing. You would give the doctor a phone call and be like, hey, buddy, or ma'am, sir, whoever. And that's going to be that. I'm like, hey, I can't do nothing with this. I'm trying to look for my little study sheets. You're like, not on these licenses that I don't struggle and stressed out over. No. Okay. All right. My little southern ways is kind of seeping out. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. Here's your weight base. Laugh out loud. Okay, thank you. I start peds next week. Okay, then. That's what's up. So, weight-based problems. In weight-based problems, all you need is PPP question mark. What is PPP question mark? It is not the loan that they gave during COVID. It is patient. So, the patient's weight. Prescription. What is your order? And product. The medicine. Question mark, what is it asking? Okay, So we've got drug B, 15 milligrams per kilogram per day, given in divided doses every 6 hours. And the patient weighs 55 kilograms. Drug B is available in the concentration of 100 milligrams per 2 ml. How many milliliter per day will be administered? Okay, so PPP, patient prescription product question mark. Our question mark is going to be our goal. What is it that we're looking for? So it says milliliter per day. So ml on the top and day on the bottom. PPP. Patient's weight is 55 kg. Our prescription is 15 milligrams per kg per day. And it says it's given in divided doses every 6 hours. So listen, if the question is asking you per day, the dosing, like per dose, that's not going to be relevant. Okay? It's asking you per day. In day right here, all that other jazz is just jazz. Now, if it said milliliter per dose, then we have to look at that every 6 hours because that's telling you the frequency and the dosing, okay? So our last P was the product, which is 100 milligrams per 2 ml. All right, so if I'm looking for milliliter on the top and day on the bottom, I'm going to start with my milliliters on the top. So 2 milliliters over 100 milligrams. I use that relationship, and I got milligrams on the bottom. I need milligrams on the top. 15 mgs per kg per day. Milligrams is crossed out. So now we got kilograms and days on the bottom. So I need my kilograms, which is 55 kg. I put it over 1 because look, it's all by itself, right? It's not in a relationship. It's single on Valentine's night. All right. So boom, 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 boom. We used all of those. Kg. And now we have milliliter on the top and days on the bottom. If you are not writing your units out when you do dimensional analysis, you are doing yourself a great disservice. The units is where the sauce is, okay? The numbers they're going to number. The math is going to math. You need to write your units out and you need to cross them out as you go. That way you would see what it is that you need to have next. What's on the top and what's on the bottom has to cross out. That's the puzzle. That's the game that we're playing, okay? So write your units, write your relationships on the side, write your units, because if you go back into the problem, you just got numbers that number. You know what I'm saying? You got milliliters here, milligrams here, whatever. Write that stuff out. And like I said, we're not doing math, we're doing puzzles. And here we go. So we'll put it into the calculator as 2 times 15 times 55 divided by 100. And the rest are 1, which is the coefficients in the front. So 16.5 milliliter per day. Does this make sense to those people who are asking about the weight-based problems? Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, Miss Chrissy. If this live has been educational and entertaining to you so far, throw some hearts out there for that algorithm for me. I appreciate your likes, your shares, your comments, your engagement. Also, if you would like to look at this live again, the replay is on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN. You can also find more problems like the ones that I'm doing already broken down individually into playlists for your viewing pleasure. Y'all like my DJ voice? I watch your videos like it's part of my classes. Your videos are so helpful. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. I do have a heparin problem. I do. I don't know how many I got. I think I got 1 on here tonight, but I do have a heparin problem. And somebody said 16.5 mLs a day. Who was it? Johnson, ASA 211. Yes, you got it right. Nene, why are you nervous for your exam? What is making you nervous? I do have Reconstitution. I sure do. All right, another weight base. Client weighs 33 kilograms. The nurse is to start an IV drip at 11 micrograms per kilogram per minute. The IV bag is labeled 150 milligrams and 250 milliliters of lactated ringers. How many milliliters per hour will the IV infuse? All righty, so What's going on? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. How many problems do you typically do? It depends. I typically do about 14, 15 of them. I ask, for input, and then just whatever comes. And some people are like, do one more. And I'll be like, okay. All right. So PPP, patient prescription product, right? Question mark. Our question mark is our goal. Let's see. Did I put the pencil on? No, I did not. Here we go. Goal. Milliliter per hour. Okay. And patient's weight is 33 kgs. Our prescription is 11 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Okay. And our product is 150 milligrams and 250 mLs of lactated ringers. We want milliliters on the top, so I'm going to start with my milliliters, okay? So 250 mLs over 150 milligrams. Now, look at here. This is in micrograms, right? We can't put microgram on the top of a milligram and let it cross out, right? Because our units have to be the same in order to cross out. So therefore, we'll have to put a conversion. So I'm going to automatically put my milligrams on the top, and I'm going to put my micrograms at the bottom. My milligrams are going to cross out. We know that 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. We put the 1 by the biggest unit because it takes 1,000 little crumbs to make one big cookie. I'm going to tell you, when I was in school, I hated dimensional analysis because I didn't know what to put by what. And it was confusing as all get out. So stuff like the cookies and the crumbs and all this other stuff is how my brain functions. So hopefully it'll help you too. Yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, it's a scary place, my brain here. But hey, it works. It somehow kind of makes this a little better. So it must not be too scary. All right, so now we got micrograms at the bottom, right? We need micrograms at the top. We've already used this relationship, so we'll do here 11 micrograms per kilogram per minute. All right, micrograms is crossed out. Now we've got kilograms and minutes. So we'll put our kilograms at the top, so they'll cross out. Remember, it's by itself, it's single, and our units cross out, and now we got milliliters on the top, but we got minutes on the bottom. So we know we need hours on the bottom, okay? So we'll put minutes at the top, hours at the bottom. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Boom, boom. And now we have goal. Goal. Alrighty, so 250 times 11 times 33 times 60 divide 150 divide 1,000, and then the rest are just ones. So I press my equal sign one time and get 36.3. So lesson in rounding. If this were to ask for you to round to the nearest whole number, what would that whole number be? So far, all I understand is 60 minutes in an hour. That's okay. 36, right? Because remember, you round right. So if it asks you, so this is our decimal. So I'm just going to make up a number, okay? Your answer is going to be 36 milliliters per hour if you were rounding to the whole number. But I'm just going over rounding real quick. So if it asks you to round to the nearest whole number, you round right. So this is your whole number, right? So you will go to the right, which is your tens place, and if it's 4 and below, you keep that at the same number. If it was 5 and above, you will bump that up to 36, okay? So if it asks you to round to the tens place, remember, you round right. So this is the place that it's asking us to round to, so we'll look to the right. So this is a 5. If it's 5 and above, you bump that number up. So that's going to be 36.4. All right. Right. Okay. Can you explain again how you know to put the 1,000 on the bottom? Absolutely. So you got a milligram and you've got a microgram, right? A microgram, that's the smallest ones, right? So it takes 1,000 little crumbs to make one big milligram cookie. We know that the milligram is the big unit, the microgram is the smallest unit in this case. The one goes by the big cookie, the biggest unit, if that makes sense. All right, moving on. So you divide 150, then divide it again by 1,000. Yes. So all of your numbers. So you're talking about the calculator trick, Sade, right? The calculator trick, you enter all of your numbers across the top and you multiply. So it'd be 250 times 1 times 11 times 33 times 60. I wanted to say 1 and 3. Anyways, so once you get to 60, you hit divide. Then you hit 150, divide, 1,000. And then you can put your ones in there, but I mean, it's not going to change it because it's 1, And then enter. Not enter, equals. And that's how you get your answer. So you put it in all as one problem. Yes. I only hit the equal sign one time, and that's to get my answer. And it keeps you from writing down, because you would multiply all of your numbers across the top. You write it down on your paper. And then sometimes with these weight-based problems, you get numbers that's in like the millions. So what if you wrote it down or missed a digit, or you put it in your calculator wrong? You know what I'm saying? And you did all of this hard work setting up your relationships, crossing out units, killing dimensional analysis, just to get the question wrong because you didn't put it in the calculator right. So therefore, you just put it all in. Multiply across the top. You get to the last number, hit divide. Divide across the bottom. Divide. Equal signs. And boom, you got your answer. Okay? Reconstitution. All right, so let me tell you, with Reconstitution, are there any rules to that trick? What you mean, Miss Jackie? Reconstitution. You listening? Concentrate on the concentration. The rest of that stuff is fluff. If you use how much the vial contains, how much bacteriostatic water, how much normal saline or whatever to add, you're going to get it wrong. You want to concentrate on the final concentration. Reconstitution simply means to add a liquid to powder to make it liquid, okay? All the other stuff is fluff. Concentrate on the concentration. I done said my piece. You get it wrong now, that's on you. Concentration. That's it. All right, so let's look at this. All right. 75 milligrams of drug Z is to be added to 1 liter of lactated Ringer's IV solution to be infused IV PB over 2 hours every 8 hours for 3 days. Available is 1,000 milligrams of drug Z in a vial, which, when reconstituted, yields a concentration of 400 milligrams per 3 mLs. How much of drug Z will be added to the IV? Now, this is a whole bunch of information in this problem, isn't it? Oh, thank you for the roses, Kat. I appreciate that. Let's see. Can you do that trick regardless if it's milligram? What you mean, Jackie? What you mean? I want to answer your question, but can you clarify it for me? All right. So it is asking for us to put drug Z in a bag of lactated Ringer so that the patient can get it, right? So we need 75 milligrams. That's what's ordered, right? And then it tells us that we have available All of this boogie, 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 boogie. Remember what I said? Concentration. That's it. How many milligrams per milliliter? How many units per milliliter? How many milliequivalents per milliliter? How many dut per dut? That's it. All that rest of this stuff is fluff. This is fluff. This is fluff. This is fluff. This is fluff. Because it says how much of drug Z will be added to the IV. Okay? So we are going to concentrate on the concentration. So we got 3 mLs over 400 milligrams because we need how many milliliters we're going to add to the IV bag, right? And 75 milligrams is what's ordered. Our milligrams cross out. So now we got 3 times 75 divided by 400. 3 times 75. 3 times 75, slow down, divided by 400. So we're going to drop up 0.56 or 0.6 if you were asked to round it to the nearest tenth, and that's what you put into the bag. Okay? Chrissy, you said it. Thank God, yes. Because it gets confused. Okay, Sade, so remember our concentration. It says that it was available in 400 milligrams per 3 milliliters. So that right there, I know I kind of scribbled and I got a little bit excessive. So I do apologize. So I'll take all of that off. But right here, this says the concentration. So this is it. So what I did was, no, it was me. I scribbled it because I wanted to make a point. All the other stuff is fluff and it's garbage. Makes it so easy. Concentrate on the concentration. Okay? Concentrate on the concentration. That's it. That is it. When you have those drug labels and it tells you, oh, it's 500 milligrams in the bottle, but then in like the little parentheses, it's like 250 milligrams per milliliter. That's your concentration. You use how many doo-doo-doots per doo-doo-doots, okay? How many solutes per solvent, okay? So the little particle parts versus the fluidy parts, okay? I don't know how much I can break it down to make you understand. Like, that is what we're looking for, okay? So here's another one. Drug H, 200 milligrams IV Q6 for 1 week. Available is Drug H, 250 milligram powder. Add 2 milliliters of sterile water to obtain a concentration of 250 milligrams per 2 ml. How many milliliters will the nurse administer for 1 dose? Okay, so what are we looking for? Milliliter per dose. That is our goal, to get milliliter on the top and dose on the bottom. So we have a concentration of 250 milligrams per 2 milliliters, and our order is 200 milligrams IV Q6 for 1 week. So that's per dose, right? 200 milligrams is 1 dose. All right, so if I need milliliters on the top, I'm going to start with my milliliters. And yes, you can do a desired over half on this one. You know what? I'm not going to even lie. On the easy ones, I do a desired. I sure do. But for everything else is dimensional analysis, because I'm telling you that desired well going to dry up, and then you're going to be looking like, oh my gosh. All right, so milligrams cross out. So we'll do 2 times 200 divided by 250. And that's going to be 1.6 milliliter. Yes, y'all got it. All righty. If you got this right, put some hearts out there for me. Let me see. Let me see who got it right. Who got it right? If you're understanding Reconstitution and and concentrating on the concentration, put some likes out there for me. Hey, on this Valentine's night. Did y'all get like Valentine's? So desired over half will eventually not work. Nope, for stuff like this. Oh, Sabrina, you came and asked that question right on time. So this is what I'm talking about. All right. So desired over half. What you gonna do? What do you desire? What do you have? Girl, school is my Valentine's. Yes. You can have a boo at school. My boo helped me through school. Oh, y'all are hilarious. Just know it doesn't last always. Trouble does not last always, okay? Client who weighs 112 pounds is receiving an IV infusion of drug K. Well, it said drug is, Lord have mercy, all the typo. Slow down, baby. I almost hit a lady. Y'all, Boosie has a special place in my heart. That's where I met my husband at a little Boosie concert. Don't judge me. All right. Anyways, so drug K at 75 milliliters per hour. The IV solution is labeled with a concentration of drug K 100 milligrams per 500 milliliters. How many micrograms per kilogram per minute is the client receiving? Okay, so took my exam and left, drove to the parking lot and cried, then drove myself to Cheddar's and ate alone. Well, at least you had Cheddar's. She said, I love Booster. I love Booster too, man. He was my guy. But yeah, alrighty. So, what is our goal here? Our goal is to find micrograms per kilogram per minute, okay? So, all right, our patient's weight is 112 pounds. And it's by itself. It's single here on this Valentine's night. We got 75 milliliters in an hour. We've got a concentration of 100 milligrams in 500 mLs. And we want to know how many micrograms per kilogram per minute. She said, romantic little love story. Yeah, I was getting harassed and I saw him in the club and I thought he was cute. And I was like, hey, can I stand by you? Because this guy is like chasing me. He said, yeah. And so, yeah, that's how that happened. Anywho, so we're looking for micrograms. Micrograms is nowhere to be started. Okay, I just want to say, this is really, I know it looks like a complicated problem, and you might get a little panic at first, but we're not doing math here, okay? We are doing this like the same way that we've done the other ones. We want to get micrograms at the top, and we want to get kilograms and minutes on the bottom. Kilograms and minutes don't have to be directly next to each other. They just have to be on the bottom, okay? We can flip-flop what we need to flip-flop. We can have conversions to what we need to have. Remember, we are just trying to line up units and cross them out until we get microgram on the top and kilogram and minutes on the bottom, okay? So we're going to start with if we're looking for micrograms, we're going to start with micrograms. But in our concentration, we have milligrams. So I'm still going to put micros, all right? So microgram over milligrams. So we know that's 1,000. I started too close, but I didn't want to run out of space on the end. So 1,000 micrograms is 1 milligram, right? And then we have milligrams at the bottom. So we'll use this. 100 milligrams per 500 ml. Your milligrams are now gone, okay? Now we've got milliliter. So we'll use this. 75 milliliters per hour. Milliliters is crossed out. Boom. Now we got hour at the bottom, okay? We need minutes at the bottom. So we'll put our hour at the top, our minutes at the bottom. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. Boom, boom. All right, let's stop. Let's do a check. We know we got micrograms at the top. We got minutes at the bottom. We need kilograms at the bottom. So we still got the patient's weight, right? And it's in pounds. So we need kilograms at the bottom. I'm going to put my kgs right here. I'm going to put my pounds up here. We know that 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. All right. So then we've got kilogram at the bottom, which we want, but we got pounds at the top, which we do not want. Our patient's weight is 112 pounds. So I'm going to put that right there at the bottom. And then look, my 1 is going to be flipped onto the top this time. Okay. So pounds has now crossed out. And look, we've got micrograms on the top, minutes on the bottom, and kilograms on the bottom. And you just set up and solved a hard microgram per kilogram per minute weight-based problem using dimensional analysis. So we'll put it into our calculator. 1,000 times 100 times 75 times 2.2. Ooh, that's a big old number, ain't it? Why would you want to write this down and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros in there? Well, if you put 4 zeros, you know what I'm saying? Boom. So divide 500, divide 60, divide 112. And I got 4.91 micrograms per kilogram per minute. And because I'm paranoid, I'm going to do it again. So 1,000 times 100 times 75 times 2.2. Divide 500. Divide 60. Divide 112. 4.91. Is that what you all got? Hey, Kima. How you doing? Happy Valentine's night. Yes. Okay. Microgram per kg per minute. All right. So when they ask for micrograms, you don't need to convert anything. If you put 1,000 microgram per minute, yeah, that's the conversion, Kylie. That is the conversion. Thank you so much, Kimo. Because remember, we were starting out with what we were looking for, which was the microgram, but we didn't have micrograms available anywhere. So we started off with that conversion. So 1,000 micrograms is 1 milligram. Then you had your milligrams at the bottom. So you had to have them at the top. So then that's why we went to the next relationship. Slash them units. The next relationship, slash them. You had hour, so we needed minutes. So we did another conversion right there with the hour and the 60 minutes. Slash it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's the name of the game. We just solving a puzzle, okay? I hope this is making sense and it's getting easier for you guys. I don't know why, but I panicked with these and I put them in the wrong spot. How often do I do these? The lives come on Sunday and Wednesday nights, 7:30 p.m. Central, on Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Central on Wednesday nights. Unless, somebody needs me to be their bedside nurse. Or life happens, okay? But yeah. We got an IV completion time. You're welcome. 8 o'clock p.m. Central on Wednesday. 8 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday nights and 7:30 p.m. on Sunday night Central Time. Cause I am in Alabama. All right. So IV completion time. The nurse observes 120 mLs left in the IV bag that is infusing at 25 milliliters per hour. How much longer will it take for the infusion to be complete? So we are looking for a goal of time, which is going to be in hours, okay? So we have 120 milliliters and we have 25 milliliters an hour. That's all we were given in our problem. You're welcome, Sabrina. All right. So if we're looking for hours, I'm going to start with my hours at the top. So I'm going to flip-flop this one, right? So hour over 25 milliliter. We got milliliters at the bottom. We need milliliters at the top. So 120 milliliters over 1. Milliliters cross out. And now we're left with nothing but hours. So 120 divided by 25 is 4.8 hours. All right, so how do we know how many minutes is 0.8 minutes? You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, 4.8 hours, we know it's almost 5 hours, but how many minutes is that? So what we're going to do is look at it like this. This is your hour side. Everything behind the decimal is your minutes, okay? So you're going to take everything behind the decimal and multiply it by 60. So 0.8 times 60, because there are 60 minutes in an hour. So it'll be 0.8 times 60 is 48 minutes. So this will take 4 hours and 48 minutes to complete. Yes, ma'am, Miss Kima. Thank you for the rose, Ebony. Appreciate it. Does this make sense to everybody? If it makes sense, throw some likes out there. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Everybody. Look, let me not stop. I was doing good. I was concentrating, not having any squirrel moments, and then Backstreet Boys crept into my head. Alrighty, let's do you're welcome, a milligram per minute problem, microgram per minute problem. All right, so a drip is infusing at 25 milliliters an hour on the infusion pump. The drug is mixed 250 milligrams and 500 mLs of D5W. How many micrograms per minute is the patient receiving? So our goal is to find microgram on the top and minutes on the bottom. So what we have for our relationship rise is 25 milliliters per hour, and then 250 milligrams and 500 milliliters. All right, if we're looking for micrograms, we're going to start with micrograms, but we don't have micrograms anywhere, do we? We still gonna put them though. All right, so we'll do microgram on the top, and because we have milligrams in our drug concentration, we'll put the milligrams at the bottom. We know that 1,000 little crumbs of micrograms make one big milligram cookie, right? Okay, so now we've got milligrams at the bottom, we need milligrams at the top, so we'll use this right here. Look at here, look at here. 250 mg's over 500 milliliters. Milligrams is now crossed out. All right, we got milliliters on the bottom. We need milliliters at the top. So 25 milliliters per hour. So that's right here, right? So we use both of those. Milliliters have crossed out. Now we got micrograms at the top, which we want, but we got hours at the bottom. We need minutes. So I'm going to throw my hours on the top and my minutes at the bottom. My hour will cross out. We know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. And now we got microgram per minute, okay? So 1,000 times 250 times 25 divide 500 divide 60, and that is going to be 208.3. I'm going to do it again just to make sure. 1,000 times 250 times 25 divide by 500 divide by 60. Yep, 208.3 micrograms per minute. Yep. Everybody. Here's the heparin problem. I knew it was somewhere. Heparin, bolus, and drip. All right, so with the heparin problem, I don't want you to get confused or disgruntled when you see that there's the word bolus. A bolus is just going to be a one-time administer. This method confuses me so bad. Is there a different method I can use, please? Yeah, you could. You can like break it all the way down, but it's more steps and more confusing. I'll show you how to do it though. All right. What am I looking for? Okay, squirrel. All right, so bolus. Bolus is just a one-time administration of medication, or like a bolus 2 feed. So it's just one time. It's not going to be over time. It's going to be just one time. It's not going to be a drip, okay? So that's all that your bolus means. So heparin is a weight-based drug. Can anybody tell me what we give heparin for? In the comments. Pharmacology time. Y'all tell me. I don't told you enough. You tell me. Blood thinning. Basically clots. Yep. Clotting. It's an anticoagulant. Right. Blood clots. Absolutely. So we will give this to patient who had, did you know that after a heart attack, the most likely thing that you would die from is a dysrhythmia? Yeah. So that means the heart ain't gonna do lub dub. It's gonna do jugga chugga what? And when it does that, the blood clots because it's not moving properly, right? So therefore, you would give this to patients who have DVTs, PEs, dysrhythmias after they're having MI, AFib, all of those conditions would have a heparin regimen attached to it, right? So this medicine has to go into the blood, and it's got to be at a level that is effective, right? And it's depending on how much your patient weighs. So in order to get it to that level, you would give a bolus. A bolus is going to be that one-time administration of the medicine to get it where it needs to get it where it needs to go. Then that drip is going to maintain it at that level. And to make sure that we're not giving too much or too little of the drug, we're going to check your anticoagulation studies, which is either an APTT or anti-XA every 6 hours according to protocol of your facility. So therefore, you need the bolus to get it to where it's going, and then the drip to maintain where it's at. So that is why we find a bolus, and that is why we find a drip. I find it helpful to know what the freak frag nabbit you're talking about and what you're looking for when you're doing these problems, because if it's just numbers and letters and words, then it can be a little bit confusing. So I hope that kind of cleared stuff up. All right. So what do we have here? A patient is got to receive 4,000 units bolus, followed by an IV drip of 14 units per kilogram per hour. The patient weighs 203 pounds. We got a vial. Okay, that's what the bolus is going to come out of. A vial that's labeled heparin 4,000 units per milliliter. And then it's asking us what we're going to give for our initial bolus, and then what will we set our IV pump for a continuous drip if the bag is labeled 1,000 milliliters of 40,000 units of heparin. Okay, so we'll do the bolus first. So I always do this, try to write, and I don't put the pencil on. I'm going to learn one day. So look at here. Bolus. What we have ordered is 4,000 units, and what we have on hand is 1,000 units per ml. So if I'm looking for how many milliliters to give to my patient, I'm going to put my milliliters on top, my units on the bottom, and then my units will be on top of what's been ordered. Units crossed out, 4,000 divided by 1,000 is going to be 4 milliliters. You have now found the bolus of heparin that you give to your patient. So you're going to take your vial and you're going to draw it up in your syringe, shoop, and then you're going to hook it up to the IV, boop, and you're going to push it, boom. So that's done. So don't look at that part of the problem anymore, okay? That stuff is done. Don't go back and you're like, well, 4,000, 1,000 units. No, that's done. That was just for the bolus. So now we need to concentrate on finding what the drip is. And it tells us that the patient's weight, because remember, this is a weight-based drug, PPP, patient prescription product, question mark. So our question mark is our goal, and so we need milliliter per hour, right? So patient's weight is 203 pounds, and our prescription is going to be 14 units per kilogram per hour. And then our available bag that is going to be hooked up to the IV from is 40,000 units in 1,000 mLs. Okay, so if we're looking for milliliters, I'm going to start with my milliliters. So I'll put my 1,000 milliliters of 40,000 units of heparin, and then units are at the bottom. I need units at the top, so I'll do 14 units per kg per hour. Units have crossed out, and that is now gone. Now we got kilograms and hours at the bottom. We want hours to stay there, but our kilograms have got to go, and we got to use our patient's weight. It's in pounds, so we'll do the conversion, okay? So 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Boom, boom. And then 203 pounds weighs our patient. Pounds crosses out, and now we have milliliters on the top and hours on the bottom. So now we can put it in our calculator, how Nurse C taught you how to put it in the calculator, so you won't have to write it down and miss numbers and get it wrong. So 1,000 times 14 times 203 divide 40,000, because look at that big old number. That's a big old number. Alrighty. So then you will get 32.29. If this asks us to round it to the nearest tens place, what would the answer be? Yep. Milliliters per hour. Happy Valentine's night. I hope you have enjoyed this segment of Working Out Wednesday. Y'all, I think it would be so cool to be like on the radio. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to listen to myself. Like, I don't listen to the replays or like the videos and stuff because, whatever. So, how y'all feel? Thank you so much. I'm tired. Good night. Good night. See you Sunday. Good session. Yeah. Yeah. If anybody's looking for private tutoring, here you go. ABRN tutoring, one-on-ones. We have group sessions. You just let me know. We can work it out. That is my email right there. If I am taking requests for Sunday night, if you have a specific problem that you would like to see me work out or a specific type, you can put it in the comments or my DM or my emails. Oh my gosh, thank you. You're welcome. I'm so obsessed with DA. Me too. I love it. Which is weird because math gives me anxiety. Melissa, it's not math, it's a puzzle. The only math in it is multiplication and division, Can we do more TPNs? Absolutely. Yep. All right.